Nigga weigh 12 pounds.
But 160.
What you trying to get down to?
Nah, now I'm just gonna try to tone up.
You comfortable in your skin, huh?
Yep, I'm good. Nothing I do work. It don't go down at all. I lost like 1 pound.
Cause you be like, all right, I'm on it, and then like a day later,
Yeah. I can go the whole day without eating, and I get home and it still take like 159. Like actually don't eat, go run, do something. And I come home 159.
Yeah, it takes
0.8.
couple days at least. Like
That morning it was like 160 on the head. Like,
yeah, that's the life.
I just quit.
You have to be. Well, in the mornings they say.
I quit.
He's comfortable in his skin, so he ain't losing.
I'm just gonna start
weight.
working out more. That's all.
Yo, welcome to another episode of Unpredeictable Thoughts Podcast. Your man Trouble's in the building.
Your man Jones.
Just me, AC.
Yo, I want to give a shout out to Crown Royal, drinking that Crown Royal Black. Drink responsibly. Yeah.
I'm giving up drinking for a little while, so anybody that is drinking, drink responsibly.
I think I gave up beer. Getting fat.
I wasn't planning on drinking until you said bring something.
So you opened the door and got here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he said, hey, bring something.
That was still your choice. Like,
You could have been like, yo, I ain't drinking. We drinking water tonight.
yeah, I'm good.
Well, I ain't want to ruin everybody else's mood. That was just me.
Says the only one drinking.
Yeah, because I didn't know. And the crazy part, he said, what did he say?
Oh, yeah.
What did he say in the So
I said, bring this. But I ain't never say what this was. I just was like, yo, bring this.
There was
And
no picture.
I was busy doing something else, man. I was busy.
Yeah, so we got a group message on Facebook. He said, yes, bring a bottle of this, and I'll figure out what we eating. I said, a bottle of what? I don't see anything.
Y'all was busy. I was like trying to do two things at once. It's a lot going on in my world. I'm trying to do homework and shit, do yard work and shit.
I was so confused. Like,
I was like, Jones, get a bottle of what?
Yo, just get what you want.
So I'm thinking like, okay, since I met Jones put me on Crown.
Crown is what we get down with.
Yeah, so I was like, I just do a little Crown.
Yo, speaking of getting down, and I know this is a little bit off the subject, we ain't really started the cash yet. What we doing for your going away?
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know.
You sound so excited.
I am very much. Yay, North Carolina.
Goddamn Lejeune.
Yep.
Marine Corps University.
Oh,
They got me.
What are you trying to do?
It don't matter. Like,
Oh, God, yeah.
it don't. Like, yo,
Watch you flip
first of all,
this.
you already know this. Like,
He gonna flip
yeah, what y'all gonna do?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, you're going away.
Yo, speaking of North Carolina, they had a Marine last weekend doing 123 miles an hour running from the cops with an assault rifle in the car. This is what you gotta look forward to, AC, when you get to North Carolina. Shit like this.
I admire them. They get away at all costs. Like, you got to try.
123 miles an hour? Really?
His fear was a chain of command, not the police.
Probably.
Yeah. What is that? Lance Corporal Sells.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lance Corporal Sells. I was like, damn.
That's a hell of a decision.
He crashed turning right onto Enterprise Avenue.
I don't know what that's at.
Yeah, I don't fucking know where that's at. But I'm like, yo, bro, you doing 120,
You
123.
should make it right.
And then you got a goddamn, assault rifle?
In the car.
Yeah, so.
Trying to load it when the police officer got up to the car to get you. You trying to load the gun.
Yo.
According to what the police officer saying in his statement.
He was about to go out like a G. Like, I'm about to give him every round in. He had to be drunk. Like,
I ain't even gonna speculate. His picture, he don't look drunk in his picture though.
that's crazy.
Let me see.
They got a picture of him.
That's a game time decision right there. Like, I'm about to speed off from the police, and when he get up on me, I'm about to give him a couple shots.
Why else I thought he's black?
Nah.
I'm trying to get at us. Like, nah,
Nah, it don't sound like us, but damn.
no, that's,
19-year-old driving? What?
that's all.
123 miles an hour. What we running from? Child support? What is going on?
That's crazy.
Shit, that's wild right there.
High speed chase. That is Carteret County, North Carolina. Y'all, I never heard of it.
Me either.
He probably get maxed out. What y'all think?
Oh, hey man, I'm gonna just say this about our justice system in the military and outside the military. If you're the right color, you ain't ever wrong. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man, he about to get it.
They might give him a stiff 45 or 45 half months pay for 2 months, and that might be it.
If they read that, what was you loading up for? Like, what was you? You ain't going to the range, man. Like, what did you do? Like,
Unless that weapon came from an armory on base, they ain't gonna be able to prove that. That's just that officer saying that out his mouth.
Well, yeah, he was a machine gunner or whatnot,
So-
but I mean, yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't even.
We shall see.
Yeah, we shall see.
A machine gunner with 3.8.
But yeah, I want to tell people to make sure y'all subscribe, share, review the podcast. As many views, well, not as many views because we don't like get that many. We ain't really nothing too much to brag about. But for the views that we get for this podcast and like the compliments and all that stuff, like yo, somebody write a comment or something. Let us know that we doing something right or wrong, so we can kind of gauge our audience and build dialogue and commentary between each other. Maybe it was something that I said or something that Jones said or something that AC said that y'all didn't agree with totally. Hey, let's build that narrative and talk about it in politics.
Boy, don't it sound like education on the mic right now?
Oh,
Education on the mic right now. About to get that associate's degree in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
What you got, about what, 3 weeks left?
yeah,
2
about 3 weeks. Yeah.
In a few weeks, you about to get that degree?
I ain't gonna tell what it sounded like this morning though.
When?
Oh, when I was doing my school, like, oh, I got 100 on my what's the name?
I was at fuck school.
Yep. two classes left. All right.
Man, this shit get tiring, man. Believe me. It's hard to stay focused.
It does, and really, I really get discouraged when, you did all your homework over the weekend. Monday morning hit, you kind of let a couple hours go. Your teacher still ain't grade your shit, grade your work.
Oh, I don't know that problem. My teacher's pretty quick right now. Sorry.
Will you go through that?
Matter of fact,
I want to know what I got before I move on.
I just turned that in yesterday and got a grade already.
See, your best work always coming at the 11th hour.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
I've been batting 100 with that. I'll be waiting till Sunday and clear it out. Hundreds. I wouldn't suggest that if you got like 3 or 4 assignments, but I only had like 1, so.
Yeah. But speaking of clearing out, let's talk about this Starbucks situation. So Starbucks is trying to close 8,000 stores on May 29th for training for African Americans.
What day they got scheduled to close America?
That's a better question. Because you ain't going to solve the problem that this country got by closing Starbucks. You ain't even going to put a dent in it. That's literally a drop in a big-ass bucket with a hole in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Because if that lady didn't know when she called the police what was going to happen to them 2 young black men that were sitting in Starbucks, she's a damn idiot.
Shit, they said 2 minutes after they arrived that she called.
Racism.
Ain't even had enough time to put the Wi-Fi code
Like,
in.
damn.
Like,
You ain't
I
even be
just
like, yo,
shut
buddy,
down.
you think they got Wi-Fi here?
Yeah.
You ain't had time to say, I want a cafe latte chate with some shit in it. Or nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't had time to say, I want a chai tea, nothing. She already on the phone calling the police. Like, yo, they ain't order no coffee. They got to go. What kind of shit
crazy.
is that?
But from my understanding, like it's kind of biased, but they said that like even though Starbucks is privately owned, right?
It is.
They said they like each store has like their own internal way of handling certain situations.
That's an excuse because if that was the case, why they got to close all 800 stores or however many stores they closing?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's some bullshit.
I think 2008 they closed like 3,000 stores on how to make a perfect latte.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. If you're going to close the stores or talk about how to treat people of different races, let's just say that, how is that going to fix the problem?
No, it doesn't, huh? Because all you really do is just, for those that are racist that are in certain positions, they just suppress it. That's it.
I would love to just sit in on this training. Like what does it consist of? Like, we can't.
Oh, he has long hair. He has a
Yeah.
scruffy beard.
Don't pick at Asians
His
by the eyes.
pants are sagging.
Like, Like, was it consistent? All right, don't call black people the N-word. That's a no-no.
Yeah.
Don't talk about Asian in their eyes. Like what? Like is that what we going? Like
I mean,
we're gonna put up like
I'm
every
with you.
stereotype. Like don't do this. Don't
I'm with
do
you.
that.
Like, what are they gonna say that's gonna be like politically correct in 2018 that you shouldn't have already known in 2018?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like in the last podcast that we did, I'm like, yo, how do you really train someone to be?
How do you untrain a racist in a day? Pretty much.
You can't.
Like some of this is like treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Like
It goes back to what we was talking about before when you first got here, and I said my professor was like, yo, if the system been broke since 1870, tell me more on how the system was broke. Motherfucker, I shouldn't have to tell you how the system was broke. You know how it's broke. You white.
bitch, you living off it.
You white. You know how it's broke. How you gonna pass an amendment and say that all people have the right to vote and own land and property and shit, and in the same breath, the Supreme Court gonna come out and say, well, nah, because you wasn't born here, or your great grandparents wasn't born here, you can't do it now because you black. Huh? What the fuck? You make a rule and then break a rule. So don't try to get me to write it out in English so you can say, well, you might be a little bit angry, you might be a little upset. I'm not upset about the history of this country. What I'm upset about is the fact that it keep on fucking happening. We keep on having the same damn problem day in and day out, everywhere. It ain't like it's systemic to the South. It's nationwide now. You could be in New York, New Jersey, California, Washington State, New Mexico. It don't make a difference. If you black, some kind of way you wrong for being there, and some kind of way you could find yourself either dead or in jail. And that's crazy to me in 2018.
Damn, yeah. I mean, yeah, that is crazy.
You get shot at 20 times, hit 8 times for holding a cell phone. And then they say, well, we thought it was a gun. And please believe, I understand how hard the job is. I do. It's harder to rein in all that adrenaline and rein in all that damn, I got to fix the problem. But sometimes, man, you got to look at what it is when you get there and not just automatically assume that a black person or Hispanic person or even a white person or whatever has a gun. Now, in some instances, do they? Yes. But I have seen video online of white people doing all kinds of crazy shit with cops.
Yep.
And they still make it to jail
Fighting
without
their
no
ass
bullets
back.
in their ass.
Yeah. And see, this is what I was talking about from the last podcast. I'm like, isn't it? So it's a line of communication. So you have the person that's distressed, the stressor to the operator. They have some type of communication. And then from the operator to
To the police officer.
To the police officers, because it's whoever can get to the location the quickest or whatnot, right?
It's based off your patrol zone.
Yeah. So
depending
your
on how big
patrol-
your city is.
Yeah, your patrol zone. So is it a miscommunication between them two? Like,
No, it's a misconception of the police officer responding to the call. A lot of times, you make up your mind, in your mind, as soon as you get the call, say, here we go with this bullshit, before you even punch the damn accelerator down a little bit.
Yeah.
You already in your mind going, roger that, 10-4, I'm en route. And as soon as you start putting your foot on the accelerator to go, when you hit them code lights, if you got to turn your code lights on,
you
already thinking in your mind, how's this going to play out? And honestly, how can I make sure that I get home tonight or this morning or whatever the fuck it is?
Yeah.
The most important thing to me, and hopefully this will be with any police officer, are we going to go home at the end of our shift? Are we going to go home? And when I say we, I'm talking about the whole section that I work with, the police department that I'm working with, or the police officers I'm working with that day. Are we going home at the end of our shift? Because it's a hard thing to say that you lost somebody because somebody didn't do something else. That's why they're so quick to want to shoot, or they're so quick to want to do something else, because a little, I ain't going to say a little bit of it, a lot of it is fear. A lot of it is fear of the unknown. You can never act. You can never act as fast as a person. You can't react as fast as a person acts. So
True.
AC could jump up out of that chair right now, and before I can even start getting up, he could be on me already. Yeah. So you cannot react as fast as a person can act. So a lot of times, in a lot of police officers' eyes, and I can't speak for all of them because I don't know all of them, but a lot of police officers, I'm thinking they think like this. If I go ahead and act first, then I can get the situation under control a lot faster. But how you going to walk into a Starbucks? Because that's what we was talking about. Mm-hmm. Ask like 1 or 2 questions, and some kind of way these dudes end up arrested.
Mm-hmm. That shit don't make sense to me, bro.
You couldn't just say, hey, they don't want you here because you have the right to refuse service. That's you can do that. You can say, I don't want these gentlemen in my establishment. They have to leave. The police can come and say, they don't want you in the establishment. You have to leave. Now, at that point, if they start bucking and getting wild, okay, then you
escalate
out.
Or whatnot.
Right, you escalate when they escalate. But you don't walk in and be like, oh, yeah, they don't want you here. Come on, turn around. We put you in irons. You got to go. How the fuck you go from walking in, not even really asking no questions, and put somebody in handcuffs and taking their ass to jail. Yeah, granted, they got released later on, but still, damn.
They was held for what, 8 hours, right?
I don't know.
That's
My whole
about,
thing.
That's about standard.
How many police officers are drafted into the police academy?
There's no draft into the police academy.
So
You got-
so,
it's-
so you know
you
what you're
volunteer.
getting into when you
Yeah.
sign up.
Yeah.
So if you knew, we joined the military, we volunteered to join the military, so we knew what we signed up
Or
for.
you finessed.
Like my thing is like, yeah, you could. Yeah, some people. So my whole thing is like this whole when we get to the fear. Like I said, everybody want to go home. I got that, but you know, as a cop, like every day you wake up, put on that uniform, grab that badge, you know, it's a chance you may not. But the thing, I think they made the situation worse because it's kind of like what you said. When you hear like black African American male, like they've already assumed the bias. Like you, I'm not dealing with this shit today. When I get over there, if he act crazy, I'm shooting. Like point blank period.
Or I'm doing whatever it is that I have to do. And part of that is
Is that a part of training them?
Is the media. The media has to blame for that. Part of it is the culture, our own African American culture. Part of that is the blame for the culture, the way some African American men are when they deal with the police.
The reaction of the police.
Of the police, you reacting to the police a certain kind of way, so the police automatically assume this is how all African Americans are going to react to the police. And then some of it is just bias. People just see you and they automatically make the assumption that I had one bad experience with one black person in my life, so all black people are this way.
From this day forward, when I say a white person, I'm gonna walk across the street. I'm about to flip racism. I'm gonna start calling police.
Y'all don't remember. You might know because you grew up in Miami. You grew up in the city, and I grew up in the city. But remember when white folks want to see you walking up the street, they would lock their doors. You would hear it.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing more than bias. They don't. How you gonna assume that I'm gonna do something to you? You don't even know who the hell I am. And I'm just being safe. No, you being racist.
I need Starbucks to do that for me for a week. All white people walking in the Starbucks, I need them to be racially profiled. So when they walk through the door, you ain't get no coffee? Call the police.
Shit, like 2 days later after that, another video surfaced.
Oh, yeah.
This was before the two men got arrested, but he asked for the
bathroom
keys,
key.
the bathroom like key code or whatnot. The lady wouldn't give it to him. He saw a white dude come out and he was like, "Yo, what's up, Dave? Did you order anything?" He was like, "Nah, I ain't ordering anything, bro."
I'm about to get in line now.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm about to get in line now." Then he went back and all that shit. So, this is just crazy. I mean, it's really not Starbucks' fault at the end of the day.
It's not. But when you let me say this, and I say it with a grain of salt. Now, so some people are gonna hear this and be like, "Oh, that's rough." But when your company is associated with mostly white people, mostly what they used to be called yuppies, but now they call something else. People that got money and they like to drink expensive coffee because that shit is expensive. Anybody that's gonna pay anywhere between $3.50 and $7 for a cup of coffee got money to waste. But when your company is associated with that type of entity, you would think that the people that are using your establishment would be better educated when it came to dealing with people. And apparently
Especially
the people that
customer
you're hiring,
service.
right? The people that you're hiring aren't even that educated when it comes to dealing with people. You have to understand that, yeah, you're gonna have your onesies and your twosies, and there's nothing you can do about that. But damn, you can't just racially profile every black, Hispanic, Asian person that walk in your establishment and say that this person's gonna do something that they shouldn't do while they're here.
Yeah.
Damn, it's 2018, people. This ain't 1940, this ain't 1950, 1960.
Yeah, and the crazy part is, with that being said, like the manager didn't even get fired, from my understanding. They just relocated her ass.
Sort of like they do a Catholic priest.
Spread the racism.
Yeah, so I'm like, all you doing is just what?
It's the same thing you used to do with Catholic priests with the whole touching boys thing. They wouldn't never like not be a Catholic priest no more. They just take you out of this church and put you in a different church.
Yeah, I
like
seen
people
that one
like
about-
that shit ain't gonna follow you around.
Give you another selection. That's all.
Right. They give you a whole new draftee list. I mean, you got a whole new team to pick from. What kind of crazy shit is that?
Shit. So I mean, like, as far as some African American males, you know, with the CEO, just saying sorry or whatnot. What do you think a reward should be? What would you ask
Who's
for?
reward?
The black men, because it's backdoor rewards.
Yeah, somebody
in
they don't
private.
get paid something.
Yeah, they don't get paid something. What would you ask for?
Hey man,
I need my own Starbucks.
I'm gonna have to hit him with Excel. I'm gonna need $150 million. I'm gonna have to go straight Friday on their ass, knowing I ain't gonna get it. But look,
they better than me because I've been on every TMZ, CNN. I've been shaking.
Nah, and
every
what
time I think of Starbucks.
what they said was
Emotional distress.
they tried to play it off like it's not a Starbucks, because it's not a Starbucks thing. Like you said, it's not Starbucks. It's the people that work at Starbucks. It just happens that they're a big company with a big brand name, and it got highlighted because it was Starbucks. If that shit was Dunkin' Donuts,
Goddamn Hardee's,
McDonald's, some other shit, people would have been like, yeah, whatever. Depending on where it's at. I mean, it just happened to be the right place.
Starbucks
right
is like everywhere type shit. Like you ain't gonna find a Checkers on the West Coast.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
So it's just one of those things. I'll probably ask for a lifetime supply. Well, not a lifetime supply, but like anytime I go into Starbucks, I'm getting that shit for free. And then I probably want 100 stocks from them. That's it.
If I'm gonna get something, I'm gonna get more than 100 stocks. Fuck that. I mean, make it worth my damn while. You got me on TV up here talking about something. It's not a Starbucks thing. It's a cultural thing. I'm kind of taking the blame off of you and placing it on the whole culture. And you gonna give me something more than that. But I wouldn't ask for shit. Tell you the truth. I'm the kind of person, man. Fuck you. Fuck your coffee. Fuck everything about you. That's how I'm built. I don't gotta drink Starbucks.
Yeah, but you're blaming it on the company.
I'm not blaming Starbucks. Cause I can't put my paws on the bitch that got me arrested. So
I mean, you do a lot.
I mean, come on.
How many aunts you got?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and I'm not mad at Starbucks. Trust and believe I'm not mad at Starbucks. But it's like, it's sad that it had to be brought to light this way. This shit happen every day somewhere in America.
Yeah, it does.
Every day somewhere in America, some shit like this happens. And now people want to say, oh, Starbucks, oh, what was me? Whatever, man.
Yeah, just like, did we talk about this on the last podcast about the Army females and the white lady, older white lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Was pregnant?
They charged her.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I saw it online today. They charged her ass.
Who? The
white
lady?
lady,
Oh, the
yeah.
white lady?
They charged that white lady.
For assault?
You ain't see a
Yep.
mug shot? Yeah, she went.
Yep.
Nah.
They charged her ass.
Whole family was crying.
What the fuck you crying for? You wasn't crying when you was being all bold and shit.
Yeah, she was being bold.
Get that goddamn camera out of my face. She was being bold as shit on that video. And she ain't give a shit about that girl being pregnant.
Oh, God.
And that lady, whoever she was trying to be as diplomatic as possible and say, hey, look, I am pregnant. We're just trying to sit down and enjoy our meal, whatever, blah, blah, blah. She wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. She was mad over a parking spot.
Are you serious?
That's what it was about, a parking spot.
Fucking parking spot. This reminds me of a video I seen on Facebook. There's a couple that was trying to park and the Asian lady ran across them and just stood in the parking lot.
Right, yeah, the whole spot. Bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of the way, I can't hold no damn parking spot. What kind of shit is that?
That is goddamn bananas. That is
A parking spot. Get the fuck out of here. It's craziness.
Yeah, it's craziness in the world. So speaking of craziness, we'll move on to our next segment.
This National Guard shit.
Yeah, goddamn. So for those that don't know, a video sparked off Air National Guard Colonel.
And a master sergeant was re-enlisting. Was she re-enlisting?
Yeah, she was re-enlisting, and she had a little sock puppet on her right hand. Truthfully, for the time that I've been in and like different organizations that I come across
Have you ever seen a sock puppet? Let's just answer that question first.
She was original.
Pause. I don't see nothing wrong with it because I've seen
Of course
much
you don't.
worse.
Of course you don't.
Much worse.
What's worse than a sock puppet?
Somebody had their damn dog with their right hand raised.
Had a dog?
Yes.
Had a hand like this and was holding the dog in his hand?
No, the dog. They had their dog called like that.
Okay. What else? What else? Let's go. What else?
Hold on. Let me.
Not
go
even
on
in
Facebook.
complete uniform.
Huh?
Like half a uniform.
You don't have to be.
In the ocean.
You could be in the ocean.
But
You can re-enlist anywhere you want to.
So what's the problem with the
and-
sock pop? The puppet.
And how you want to? It's
Yeah.
on you.
No. You can re-enlist anywhere you want to. It's not. I don't have an issue with her re-enlistment. I don't even have an issue with the sock puppet. I have an issue that she recorded the shit and put it online for her kids to see. That's the issue.
I don't think she was like. I don't think it was like, yo, hey, this is for online purposes.
Yeah.
I think it wound up leaking out to
Okay.
be online because it was recorded
But
for her
the-
kids to see. You just do it through text message.
The way that they're looking at it is like this: the colonel who re-enlisted her should have known better. That's who they blame. They automatically was like, hey, you dude, sit your ass down some damn way.
They all got the dude who his video got reprimanded too.
Everybody
got in trouble too.
You all
like,
getting it.
Because y'all should have known better.
So what if I say, hey, y'all need to be doing this? Both of them outrating me, so now I'm like, I recorded, but y'all still need to be doing this.
But in the investigation, guess what would have came out? At any point, did somebody say that this is not a good idea? Oh yeah, Curtis said it wasn't a good idea.
It don't even matter.
Curtis go away.
UCMJ don't be caring about. UCMJ don't care about none of that. They don't,
because 134 catch everything.
I
He's still recording.
Nothing wrong with it. You got motherfuckers doing it in goddamn the gas chamber.
I did it in the gas chamber without no mask. I had no mask on. I was in that bitch strong.
You got motherfuckers re-enlisting in the GameStop store.
That shit was the worst.
Let's keep on looking at these
pictures.
pictures.
I've seen the pictures. I mean, the Darth Vader. I mean,
a goddamn stormtrooper costume.
Hey, sometimes you lucky, sometimes you ain't.
A stormtrooper costume, and I'm
about
to get in trouble for a damn.
A point had to be made, and that came across the desk. Like, yeah. Next incident, somebody getting fired.
What it is what we said before we just started. Right now, the economy good, so getting people to join the military is getting hard. So they cutting back on the dumb shit. Like, hey, stop all the stupid shit. We need to be focused on being professional. We're supposed to be a professional military organization. Be professional.
Okay, when do we have our fun time?
Ain't no fun time in the military.
And shit, motherfuckers ain't gonna be trying to join like that. You gotta have a balance. You gotta kind of show that balance.
I take that back. It is fun time in the military. It's called mandatory fun.
Nah, I'm good.
When the command says get together for some dry ass hamburgers and some damn hot dogs and run around in the field for 3 hours.
Look at this picture. You got the Navy in the goddamn water with some rubber ducky floaters. You can't.
I'm telling you, hey, she couldn't have been me. Cause we fighting this.
Oh yeah.
Cause I'm pulling up all this shit. I'm pulling up all this shit.
I'm have a 3-hour PowerPoint, a photo just like that.
Yeah.
So what happened to these people?
You goddamn U.S. Army Special Forces. He raising his hand and somebody pointing a gun
at the back of his head. I did see that one. That was crazy.
I'm like, bro,
that was crazy.
I need to know. I need to see paperwork for everybody who did this and what they got. What happened? How they got reprimanded.
And it's not like when she was doing the whole little sock thing. Like, it was just like she was saying the words too.
I understand that. I understand it. And I don't understand why they make such a big deal about it. She re-enlisted. Let it go. You know how hard it is to get people to stay in the military now?
Especially her knowledge, right? So this is what the military cries about,
been
right?
verbal and move on.
So it's like, okay, we need to keep people in because, the longer they stay in, they have more knowledge and they could train other people under her belt. That could have just fucked up her whole morale and like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
They could just what
I tell you that the military is they do the worst at?
Keeping people in.
Taking care of the people that done the work. They shit on people that do all the work. Until they get out, and then they be like, "Oh man, guess what? Staff Sergeant Curtis. Now that Staff Sergeant Jones is gone, you get to do all the jobs he was doing, plus all the jobs you got to do, plus all the jobs that somebody else was doing. That's what they do.
That's why we had the worst turnover rate. The military has the worst turnover rate.
The Marine Corps got to be at the top of the damn.
Oh yeah, Marine Corps is the top, of course.
Got to be
just be like, "Oh, he gone. You do it. You do it. You do it. Figure it out.
Next man up."
My wife was telling me about the Air Force. Last week they got off work for 3 hours because it was domestic violence or some kind of
I seen that
3 hours Sexual Assault Prevention Month. 3 hours to go bowl for Sexual Assault Prevention Month.
What bowling gotta do
to go back to work? She got off at 11, went bowling for till 2 or 3 or something like that. Went back to work and then went home.
Damn.
I said, what in the flying shit?
You said went back to work for 2 hours?
Huh?
You said went back to work for 2 hours?
Went back for an hour. She only had an hour left after she went bowling.
Why didn't they just cut that?
No, because you can't. I understand why they did it, but what I'm saying is the Marine Corps would never, ever do no shit like that. Like, hey, we're going to go bowl to show our solidarity for whatever subject. The Marine Corps not built that way. All they care about is mission accomplishment. They say troop welfare, but that shit fall way at the bottom of the list. Way at the bottom of the fucking list.
Yeah.
As long as the mission get accomplished, that's all the fuck they care about. So, but yeah, it's not a big deal that she did the little sock puppet shit. I think people making a big deal out of it because they ain't got shit else to talk about and they trying to get the hell off the president's back.
See, I think it was
he
like
lose every day.
A bunch of like veterans because this is like the thing I'm starting to realize when it comes to like internet, like military trolls. It always be like the fucking veterans that probably serve like they little 4 years. Well,
Vietnam.
Get out on the medical or some shit.
Yeah. No, I'm not even trying to shit on the people that did 4 years, but the ones that like just tried to buck the system, saying they did all this amazing shit and they really didn't.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that did like 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4 years, and like
0 deployment.
0. Well, it's hard to get deployment now.
0. I'm talking about like, but they like the biggest, like know everything about the Marine Corps.
Or
like,
whatever branch they in.
I got like 40 weapon systems in my house. Like,
Right.
Like calm
Way
down
too many
a little
guns
bit.
for one person to own.
Yeah, but like, okay, let's see your record, and it's like,
start all that story with back in my day.
I'm like, yo, half your shit was in boot camp. Like,
Like, I'm older than you. What you mean back in your day? Man?
Your whole career consists of boot camp, MCT, and like 2 weeks at Camp Lejeune.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
but yeah, that's what I think that's what I'm starting to realize when it comes to like these like veteran trolls. Like, it's always those, and it's like, okay, you're so you so motivated out of the branch of service, but like when you was in, where was all this motivation at?
Dude, that's one of the biggest things for recruiting.
Yep.
Them be like you get somebody in, they be like, oh, well, my cousin, my uncle said I shouldn't join the Marine because y'all don't take care of us. Like, was he in? Yeah, he served. How long was he in? He got out. He was pretty high. He was a Lance Corporal. Like,
I mean, well,
what?
he is kind of right. They don't take care of us.
Like,
Well,
damn.
I give you a prime example.
Yeah,
This dude came to
his uncle is right.
put some cable
His
boxes
uncle,
in.
in that case, his uncle was wrong.
Yeah, I'm like,
Came to the house to put some cable boxes in over the weekend. And he was like, "Oh, you was in the military?" I was like, "Yeah, I did 20 and I got out or whatever. I retired." He was like, "Man, I was gonna join." What I tell y'all about that statement?
Dun, dun,
I
dun.
hate that shit. I hate it.
You already know this story about to take a turn for the worse.
Yo,
what was his
my
story?
my brother joined. He did like 5 in the army. Then he had got out. I tell anybody. I try to tell anybody if they gonna do something with their life. Join the service and see the world. It's so much more to life than Georgia. I've been here my whole life. He sounded sad, like he want to cry.
Like, what you mean?
I'm
it's more
tired
like
of installing these
here
MediaCom boxes.
Yo, he sounded like he wanted to cry. Like he was upset about the fact that he didn't join the military.
About to give a speech. You're gonna be fired going off in the back.
But I'm looking at him and I'm like, even if you were still young enough to join, you couldn't join because you got tattoos from your damn earlobes all the way down your damn neck. Like, don't disqualify yourself for stupid shit. If you're thinking about doing the military, don't get caught up in the fad of neck tattoos and hand tattoos and all this dumb shit. That shit is permanent unless you want to pay to get it taken off, and it's going to automatically disqualify you 9 times out of 10.
But getting them ticking off?
You're gonna leave a scar.
Getting them. It's going to leave a scar, but the scar could get you disqualified depending on where it's at.
Yeah.
Damn. Y'all not playing.
No, the military don't fuck around. They don't play.
Speaking of disqualifying, so we good on this national
Oh, yeah,
guard?
we good on old girl with the sock puppet. We straight.
She be all right.
She good.
Nah.
She re-enlisted. They got her for another 4 years.
Huh.
They good.
Yeah, it got demoted. They demoted her and the colonel.
She's still getting paid.
Yeah, that's
I'm with you though. I would have to go ahead. You had to court martial.
Yeah, we're gonna fight this out.
We're gonna have to fight this all the way out. And I'm like you. I'm gonna pull up every picture of every re-enlistment that I ever seen. What happened to that person? What happened to that person? I'm gonna go right
A
down the
lawyer
line.
probably gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, because I'm like, yo, just don't make me stand in front of the man or the woman. Which what I mean by that is standing in front of the man or the woman is normally the general or the colonel. That's when you gotta kind of plead your case right before you get demoted or get in trouble. But yeah, don't have me standing there just because some shit popping off on the internet and it's been going on before.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard one to sell. I mean, even at demotion, if she got demoted, it's gonna be hard to sell because ultimately she can win her rank back, and then what?
Back pay. But it happens though. That's the thing. That's the thing I'm trying to get across. Like, yo, this stuff happens. Yeah, it wasn't like documented back in the day, but hey, back in the day we all didn't have cell phones. But now we have a thing to where cell phones and cameras are prominent. Like everyone has one. Like
I was telling my sister this the other day. I said, if they'd have had cell phones when we was in high school, shit,
Be in jail.
boy,
Have them.
half the shit we would have done. Man, come on, really?
goddamn Freaknik. Oh my goodness, you going
Come
to jail?
on.
You going to jail? You going to jail?
People that got jobs that are prominent right
Yep.
now would not be in the positions they in if they had cell phones 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Would not be in that position that they in right now if they had cell
Them
phones.
was somebody's mama. Somebody
Yeah.
shit. Yep. That freaked me.
Orange crush.
Yep. we know one mama.
Oh God. Yeah, I know.
So I think they should have gave her a letter of reprimand or a letter of caution or some shit
Yeah.
and left it at that and been done with it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, because it's probably her last enlistment.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to put a bad taste in their mouth because what's your best recruiting tool to get people to join your branch of service? You, when you get out. Like, yeah, yo, my time in the military was this, and this, and I would tell anybody to join. Leave a bad taste in somebody's mouth, they be like, man, fuck the military.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Whether it be the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guards, whatever. Man, don't join that shit.
I'm pretty sure, what do they call them? Guardsmen? Yeah, the National Guards people that's in now probably looking at this shit like, man, fuck this. Like, they hemming people up for this bullshit. Why should I even stay in type shit? So, I don't know. That's just my take on it. Like I said, it's been much more worse picks in situations that's probably been caught on camera that's not publicly out there, that's privately, and vice versa. So, they just need to take the L and let them keep their rank. That's just my personal opinion.
Let that go.
What else we got? I feel
The Southwest Airline engine blowout. The engine blowout on Southwest Airlines.
So what were they thinking? Like they don't do no.
You rolling the dice anyway, flying Southwest. So.
QAQC.
Let me
So
just
they better than Spirit.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit!
It is an upgrade, but
a whole lot of people better than Soul Plane.
you still rolling the dice. You like
Shit, you talking about Spirit.
Yeah,
You look for Snoop Dogg to be the
them
pilot of
be
that
some-
motherfucker. Shit.
Southwest like the black airplane.
Oh shit!
Let me just say this. The plane that they were using, whatever this version of this plane was, this wasn't the first time that this shit happened. It happened last year sometime. And they was thinking about, like, the FAA was thinking about, like, trying to figure out a way to get them all tested and checked and shit without having to ground the whole fleet. Typically what happens when something like that happens, they ground the whole fucking fleet. But this is like one of the most popular planes that they use in flight around the country. So it's like, how can we ground the whole damn fleet just to check
the
this
plane
one thing?
type itself or the company?
The plane type.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
That's Southwest
it ain't-
Airline,
so
the plane type.
It wouldn't even be just Southwest. It'd be
So it'd be
every
Spirit.
and somebody
Spirit,
American
Spirit
Airlines.
ain't using these planes, man. Spirit has got a fucking school bus with wings with that shit.
I was saying,
my
I don't think Spirit owned it.
Oh shit!
But anyway, this shit happened sometime last year, and they was trying to figure out a way to get them all tested without grounding the fleet. So when this happened, they immediately put out a message that you have to check all your engines. It's basically, if you look at a plane engine, when it's spinning, it's a little fan
Yeah.
that's in there. And that's basically what it's called a fan. One of those blades came out. Well, at that high rate of speed, it just ripped through the engine. And in turn, ripped through the plane and caused that window to come out.
Damn.
Caused that lady to die.
Oh, okay. So that is the same story. Okay, yeah.
Same story.
Damn.
Same story. But the lady that landed the plane was a Navy pilot. She was calm and cool in the cockpit, landed the damn plane like it wasn't nothing.
They said
That's
she
crazy.
was like first naval female fighter
Aviator.
pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Shout out to the Navy,
Yo, she did that shit.
Air Force. Y'all need to step y'all game up.
Damn.
I don't know. It seemed like every time like some bad shit happened in the plane, there's somebody that used to be in the military that landed that motherfucker like, hey, Sully did it on the Hudson. Now she doing it with this plane. It's like, hey, shout out to the military. The military give you a lot of life skills that go on beyond the military.
What
That's all
was
I'm
that
saying.
movie with Denzel?
Oh no, that wasn't.
When he was
that
an
wasn't real.
alcoholic.
When he was alcoholic, and a drug
That was a
user.
good ass movie.
Flight. Come on,
Flight
dude.
was a good ass movie. It was. Like, I ain't gonna front.
I wish y'all out there podcast land could see my face right now.
Hit it with the pause.
That was a good ass movie. Like
We talking about some real life shit. He talking about Flight.
no, because like Flight showed a lot of stuff.
That's what I was thinking about.
He had depression. He was
like,
dealing
was
with
Flight real?
alcoholism.
That
Like,
wasn't a real
and he still landed that plane. And they was trying. Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, shout out to that Navy pilot, ex-Navy pilot. She did a damn thing. So did the lady die that came out the window?
She didn't come out the window. She went partially out of the window. They grabbed her and pulled her back in.
So like,
she died from blunt force trauma, basically getting sucked out and then getting pulled back in. It did too much damage to her body, and that's what caused her to die.
Damn.
when I think of like situations like that, I be thinking like your ass is out.
No, she was in her seatbelt, so you got to figure her upper part of her body was getting sucked out of the plane.
Oh, she like
She was in her seatbelt.
Damn.
But you got to think about how small an airplane window is.
Yeah.
Shit, that ain't big enough to fit the body out of that motherfucker.
Damn.
Hey, how's that?
No more window seats for me.
All that
Dude.
pressure.
That's what causes. That's what sucked her out. The differentiation in pressure between the outside of the plane and the inside of the plane. They was up so high that when the blade cut through the plane window and all that, caused that crack. All that pressure inside the plane went out, and that's what sucked her out of the plane. That's how it works.
See, I know if I was on that plane,
change.
I'd have got sucked out. Because normally,
You don't have your seatbelt on.
I don't have my seatbelt on,
you
and
been
I'm
completely
sleeping.
gone.
I be following all the fucking rules. Leave your seatbelt on whenever you're sitting down. Yep, click. Fuck that.
I be knocked out.
I don't like flying anyway.
That's crazy.
Shit.
I'd be knocked out, sleep, all that. I'd have been.
Finna ask for additional seatbelts now. I need.
And I'm
Two
gonna need a parachute from now on when I fly. Fuck that. Give me a
Damn,
parachute.
that's messed up.
I mean, we ain't making light of the fact that somebody died, but we're just saying that, like,
That's a terrible way to go.
it's fortunate that the pilot that was piloting the plane at the time had the skills to land the plane and save the rest of the people that was on the
Yeah,
plane.
with one engine, technically, right?
Right,
Was it
with
four?
one engine, yeah. She only had 2 engines,
Okay.
and one of them was gone. So
Damn.
it's unfortunate that lady died. She had a family. She had some kids. That's unfortunate. But that pilot used her everything she had, everything that she ever learned, everything she ever knew about flying to bring that plane down. And they said she brought that plane down quick as shit. I'm talking about she went from 31,000 or wherever she was at down to the ground in like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And that's fast. They said she brought that, because when the decompression happened, the oxygen mask dropped. So, at that point, everybody's spazzing the fuck out. There's video and people videoing and shit. I thought I was going to die. Oh my God. You know how people be. And probably in that instance, they thought they were going to die, because I would have been saying the same shit like, yo, this the end. I'm about to use my phone even though I'm on a plane. Yo, baby, I love you. I'm sorry. I ain't going to be home for dinner.
You gonna die? You grab me your phone to that damn mask.
I'm going to grab the mask.
I know, right?
It always say grab your mask first
yeah.
and then do some other shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh Lord,
He about to say some dumb shit.
he is.
I already know it. Already.
You can
Yo,
tell
we
when
go to
it
the next
comes.
subject. We
So,
gonna-
no.
we gonna do something else. 'Cause he gonna about to
So
say
the
some dumb
oxygen
shit.
mask come down,
Yeah.
and it says, "Hey, put your oxygen mask."
They tell you that before you
before
board
you,
the-
no,
plane.
before you help other people,
Right.
And a 4-year-old is next to you.
What do it say?
I can't help
Put
them
your
if
shit
I.
on before you help somebody else.
Yeah, you can't help them if you dying.
Right.
Oh, okay. I'm just seeing what y'all.
I'm
doing.
following rules.
I'm following the rules.
Yeah.
The rules say put your shit on
what
first.
do your
and help
morals
somebody
Don't
else.
worry. When I get home, me and my 4-year-old about to practice this. So he put his
But
own.
what do
mask
your
on.
morals say?
Put my mask on to help them. That's my morals.
Okay.
Everybody more. I'm gonna tell you, and they did a study somewhere. You'd be surprised how much people don't give a shit about their own kids when they think they about to die. They will leave their kids behind. If it's a life or death situation, they be like, man, fuck that kid, I'm out.
But I see video mall shootings. Kids be wandering around by themselves. Parents be not ran off.
Like them little sniper pranks. You ever saw
Oh, yeah.
those?
Yeah.
Those just be so funny.
Child be left on the bus stop playing. With
Oh God, Doom. Oh boy, he's in on it, but he just slump over.
Yep.
Everybody just be dipping.
Yeah, but people, it's called self-preservation. You are going to look out for yourself before you look out for anybody else. And what was it? It's a TV show. This dude, they were shooting and he ducked down behind his girlfriend. And she was like, if you ever do that shit again, we through. Like 10 minutes later, he did this shit again. So,
At least you know.
I'm just saying.
You better save yourself.
Yeah. So how do you like? I mean, I've never been on a situation like that. So that's just crazy. Just like, do you think they just like clear that whole row out of people? Like since that window's busted, like do you think they just like clear out like 3 to 4 rows front and back because that all that
Why, the
pressure?
plane?
Yeah.
Nah. You can't
You
move
don't need to
people around.
move.
You can't
Yeah.
move people around on a plane with a decompressing like that. You'll suck somebody else out the damn window.
Just sit down and shut up.
Yeah.
Put your mask
So
on.
you in that middle seat just cold as fuck, like
Hey,
I would be
you
cold
alive.
and out the window.
you shaking.
You
'cause
also got to
everything
think too.
cold.
They had to pull her back in, so she probably in the seat she was originally in, bleeding and shit. So
next to a dead body.
she wasn't dead at that time.
she
she
wasn't
ain't
dead
died
at
till
that time.
she got to the hospital later on.
Oh damn.
What's wrong with you?
I mean, no, this is like real stuff you gotta think about. Like,
I can picture you just awkward, like, damn, she just fucked up.
yo, this is crazy. Now I help any way possible, but I don't fucking know. Like, my thing is like to clear the whole fucking road. Though that's my thing. Like, A, B, and C, you that way.
Yep.
D and E, we're this way.
A, B, and C getting sucked up with it too.
I don't know. Just like I'm trying to cover the window and all that.
I'm just thinking about it from the perspective of the plane itself. If it would have been a lesser airline, and like we said, Southwest ain't the best airline, they ain't the worst. Mm-hmm. But think about if it was Spirit.
Oh.
Or some other airline that is
they
not
gonna charge you for that window too.
Whole engine would have fell off. The whole wing would have been missing. They'd have sucked about 4 other people out of damn what's the name.
Spirit charging you for that window. Right, yeah. Like just because you was sitting there, they gonna charge you a little extra. Cause then they just charge. What happened to Spirit like last week or 2 weeks ago? You had a video.
Oh, with the I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. I think they end up changing somebody's flight to like 12:50. But then the plane left at like 12:15. So it had people stranded, and then they pretty much told people like, you gotta buy a new ticket to get home. So people were like arguing, hey, if you want to see people come together, put a time of crisis. It was whites, blacks, Hispanics, everybody was arguing against Spirit because they left a lot of people off that plane. Cause I think the original thing was they plane was delayed because of engine troubles. I think something was wrong with the plane. So they ended up having to put them on another plane, and they gave them a time of like 12:50, but the plane, like you said, the plane actually left at like 12:15. So they was already bored. They took off, and people was left stranded, and they didn't want to give them like no vouchers or nothing. They just were like, "Hey, only thing I could do for you, buy another ticket." So,
okay, you want to hear something else that's real? It's crazy, but I understood it as soon as I read the whole article, and I saw it and everything. Lady coming back from France the other day. I don't know what day it was. One day last week. Don't really care. Come back from France on the plane. They give her an apple. She don't want the apple, so she puts it in her bag. She doesn't eat the apple. She puts it in her bag.
Understandable. Yeah.
Well, she comes back through customs. What can't you bring through customs?
goddamn food.
You can't bring fruit from other countries through customs. You got to declare it. You got to say, hey, I got an apple from France. Well, I got, and it might be an American apple that went to France and came back, but you got to say something. So they gave her a $500 ticket.
Damn.
Oh, she white, so she was like, I'm not gonna pay this. I'm not gonna fight this. It doesn't make any sense.
The apple went right in the garbage.
Hey.
Oh yeah, Kobe.
my thing is this.
They gave it to her on the plane.
No, they gave it to her at customs, at the customs gate.
Oh, like here, take this.
You cannot bring fruit from another country. I don't give a damn if you got it on the plane through customs.
Yeah,
you can't do it.
Like what's the name? Like
thank God for military.
When we came from
ID.
Afghanistan. What we stopped in?
Kyrgyzstan.
You couldn't bring like that wool or whatever.
Oh, you can't bring porn and stuff either. So.
Okay, that's it. You can't bring wool.
Yeah, we was talking about wool. Where the hell porn come from?
Cause you can't bring that to their country.
We know this. They tell you that before you go over there.
Okay, we do a podcast to educate other people as well. Some people that's probably in Kyrgyzstan, like.
All right, for all you trying to bring porn through Kyrgyzstan, you can't bring porn.
You can't bring porn through. What I was trying to, the point I was trying to make is this: if you go to a different country and you come back, and let's say, for instance, you want to bring a plant back, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't, because you might bring back a disease with that plant that's not natural to this environment, and it can spread, and then we got a problem.
That Afghan Kush, don't bring it back.
So it's certain things that you got to know. Like in Hawaii, you can't bring any fruit to Hawaii. You can't take any fruit. You can take fruit. I think you can take out of Hawaii, but you can't bring nothing to the island.
Like, see, that
they
lava.
even quarantine your damn dog when they first get there for 30 days.
I got a couple lava rocks.
But it's treated though. Well, it's supposed to be treated.
Yeah.
Hey, I got this from outside the base.
Y'all hit his customs?
Hey, it went through customs because I had it packed.
Nah, most of the
you
stuff,
don't got to go through customs to come from Hawaii.
No, we talking about Italy.
Oh yeah.
Nah, most of the stuff that they make, like the shell, like design and stuff out of, is already treated.
Yeah.
Mount Etna. I miss Italy.
I know.
Aspetta. So our last topic.
We ain't talking about this dude again, are we?
Who?
Speed racer.
No, we already talked about him in the beginning.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
We gonna talk about, okay, so I stumbled upon this topic, which I find very interesting, is that a military daughter denied to enlist because of her mental records, of course. AC, you want to take lead on this?
Sure. So, at first I was like, yeah, that's wrong. Situation terrible. They should not treat it like that. Then I heard more about it. To join the military, we got certain rules and regulations. Just like you have other company, other job, they do the same. Self-mutilation will
AKA
disqualify
what?
you. Like cutting yourself, stuff around that line will disqualify you from joining the military. When I first heard it, like I didn't get that piece. So a lot of what I understood was that she was documented for getting help because of her father, like I guess his deployments and stuff like that. So I felt like that was unfair because one of the biggest things in the military, and we do it for kids now too, especially, is grief counseling. You know, if your family member goes on deployment or, you know, has PTSD, whatever the case, like we offer that for children and, you know, spouses, whatever, for families. So I felt like she was being treated unjust because I didn't get that other part. But if you go that route and you start like self-mutilation and things of that nature, like harming yourself, then that does fit on as far as going to meth, stuff like that, as a DQ. Like you are disqualified. You can't ever have any history of self-mutilation or being Baker acted, stuff like that, and join the military. It just won't happen.
You can't, like, and from what I read, she said she didn't agree with the diagnosis. But you're not the doctor. The doctor is the one that's making the diagnosis.
Exactly.
He's saying that this is what you've either said or if you've shown some kind of way that you're doing this to yourself. And in doing so, again, you're disqualified. It's not because they don't want you in the military. We could let everybody in. But guess what we inherit when we do that? We inherit a whole bunch of problems. So to eliminate some of those problems, because people still got issues when they come in, we screen to disqualify. That's what they tell you at recruiter school. You don't screen to qualify because you could easily qualify somebody. You could just stop listening.
Yep.
I'm serious. Just stop listening.
Said when you want to leave, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You start screening to qualify because all you see is a contract. But if you screen to disqualify, you ensure that it saves you some stress down the line. It saves that person some stress down the line, and it saves the military some stress, time, and money down the line. Because if you screen to qualify, and that person is a self-mutilator, or they ever try to commit suicide, or whatever the case may be, now that's a problem that the military has to take on. And they don't want to have that extra stress when they're already going to be stressed at boot camp, stressed in their job, stressed on deployment, stressed doing whatever they're doing. Nobody wants all that extra to go along with it. So that's why you screen them to disqualify.
So reading this article, whatnot, it was basically saying, so for military dependents, so if you have a child or a daughter, basically the military, when they want to join or whatnot, when they hit 18, they can their records will get merged to adulthood. But it was saying, now if you're just a regular civilian, the HIPAA Act, which protects the privacy of medical record, doesn't prevent the merging of records of prior military dependents for treatment purposes because the records are housed by the same provider, the military health system.
Yep.
So I was like, wow.
So basically, my daughters, I was in the military. If my daughter right now that's 17 decides she want to join the Air Force, all they're going to do is look at her military record.
Yeah.
Her military health record.
That's the only thing they have. So
that's all they got to go off of.
A lot of times, you're a military brat. Your whole life. So
right.
Now it was saying the Navy doesn't merge medical records of dependents with the new medical records for sailors or Marines, according to a spokeswoman. So basically, like depending on what branch you're trying to go to, and you're a dependent, you either gonna get it or you're not.
But they don't automatically merge them. But if I'm a recruiter and I'm talking to you, I gotta get records from somewhere.
Yep.
So
I told you we're gonna get the record.
So the army might do it automatically. So like when as a recruiter, if I go look for your records, the army's already helped me out where all your records are together.
Because I'm his son.
Yeah.
Matt Sergeant Rickenbotham, and now I'm Poolee Rickenbotham, and I'm thinking about joining the military. Well, we know y'all related, so ain't no need me trying to go all over the world and find these records. Yeah. I'm gonna look up his information, find your information, and then we're gonna merge that shit together.
Oh shit!
So, like I said, the Navy don't do it, but again, if you're a recruiter looking for records, you gotta go get them.
Especially if you say yes to one of the questions that we asked you on the screening sheet.
Yeah.
But it's saying that the HIPAA Act protects the privacy of medical records. So going through that as recruiters, is my privacy of medical records. So am I not able to join or what?
No.
If you can't get those records.
They might not give us the record. They might just send it straight to MEPS.
Yeah.
But they're going to get the damn record. Believe me.
Oh, so the record still be.
Yeah. And then you screw yourself anyway because like I said, if I ask you, have you ever did self-mutilation, you tell me no. Well, like I said, MEPS is going to look for that. They looking for that record. You might not have said no, but somebody's digging.
Somebody's going to ask you that same question again. Hey, did your recruiter promise you anything? Did he tell you not to say anything? And if you say, well, he told me not to say nothing about the self-mutilation, everything stops.
But is it like, see, what I kind of find unfair is what I did at 10 versus what I'm doing at 18 now. I have a different mindset. Maybe
I hear you,
different.
But you still don't want them problems because, like you just bring it up. So you're a self-mutilator.
Okay, I did that at 8.
You did it at
Okay.
8. All right, and you at boot camp with...
And you were stressed out at 8 because of what? Your parents got a divorce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Okay, so your parents got a divorce when you was 8. Now you're at boot camp with all that stress. Now what's going to happen?
Or somebody else bring it up. I can't take a chance. As a DI, I can't take a chance you flipping out. Instead of you hurting yourself, now you try to kill somebody else. Like, anything can trigger you to go off. Like, but we don't know what it is.
You have counseling and just different things that nature.
You got adults that get counseling when they were young and they still flip out when they get older about the same thing.
Okay, but why generalize them though?
You're not generalizing.
You still generalizing them.
No, you're not.
Wow.
It's individual.
You had the problem, not me.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, I have a problem, but okay, you have people that were alcoholics at 21 and can probably be at 41. They could be around alcohol with no problem and not have a trip.
Congratulations.
That's a 20-year window, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, 31.
That's a 10-year
we're talking
window.
about 10 and 18.
Right.
Like,
Okay, 8 years from then, 29, 30.
how I know that on you. What else have you done like to
went
put
through-
you in that situation that proves that you won't flip out again?
I mean, you went through counseling. What other situations?
But I'm saying,
I mean,
the counseling ain't what had you flipping out in the first
I
place.
mean, but you're still generalizing at the end of the day because you're saying, okay, you went through this problem. Okay, yeah, you probably got help, but we're not going to take a chance on you. We're doing this for everybody. You're generalizing because, yeah, someone went through a problem and, okay, they got help, but you still didn't give them a chance at the end of the day to join. Because you're saying you did it once, you're going to do it again. That's all you're saying.
It ain't that you will do it again, but there's a chance you might.
Let me give you a prime.
Okay,
I'm gonna give you a
everybody have
prime
a chance
example.
of doing something.
You're right. But let me give you a prime example of.
Guess what? Not my beauty.
But
I don't have a higher chance of self mutilating myself if I never did it than somebody
Right.
who does. So
I ain't gonna relapse.
that ain't
I ain't gonna
on
relapse
my-
into some shit I ain't never done
Yeah,
before. I mean,
that's
Yeah, but
not even
you
on my.
still generalize though. At the end of the
okay.
day. You still
I'm
generalize.
gonna give you a short story. I was at boot camp, went 95.
Damn.
We on the rifle range. One of the recruits decided that at the rifle range while we shooting live fire that he don't want to participate no more.
Okay, understand.
No, it's not okay because we
You
had to
let it
stop
train?
We had to stop the whole fucking rifle range while the MPs came to get his dumb ass with a loaded rifle. You see when you add a little stress to somebody's life if they already got a little issue from prior life experiences, it's gonna come back out some kind of way. It ain't gonna just stay hidden forever. You add the right amount of stress at the right time or the wrong time, and that whatever that issue is gonna surface again.
But is it still okay to generalize though?
It's not a generalization.
Think about it.
It isn't
The military ain't for everybody, so there has to be a process
We're
of elimination for some. Like we can't be an exception for everybody. Okay, well you self mutilated at 10. All right, we'll roll the dice. You should be good. Like you can't take that risk because think about it. Miss Mary, who live in Nevada, she don't want you taking that risk with her son.
Right.
So she's not okay with it. So guess what? Now he can't join because you letting people who have a problem. The guy who just shot up the what's his name? The Waffle House. Like similar to that. Like knowing he has a problem, father knows he has a problem. What they do? Take his guns away from him. All right. Supposedly he would do counseling. He was actually like, we know you batshit crazy. All right.
But what's the age that from the times they took it and found out he was crazy?
He ain't nothing but 20-something years old now. I think he was a teenager then. Father gives him back the gun. He shoots up a goddamn Waffle House. Like,
yeah.
So,
See,
are we willing to take that chance? Like, we know you got a history.
Right. The other side of it is this. And yes, I'm being the advocate for not self-mutilation, but the other side of, say for instance, you send somebody to recruit training or boot camp or wherever they go, and they have an episode and they don't hurt themselves. Like AC was saying, they decide to hurt somebody else. You know how big a black eye that would be for the military in general, not just that particular branch, all the branches. People gonna be looking like, what the fuck is going on in the military where you let motherfuckers go to boot camp to kill people?
You know how far that's gonna roll downhill?
Dude, all the way back to the damn RS, to the recruiter. Or I'm talking about everybody that was involved.
Yep.
The recruiter,
Everybody who screened
the
the scene.
NCOIC, the MEPS screener, the MEPS medical, high headquarters.
Yep.
Everybody gonna get roasted.
Yeah.
You gotta think about it like that. So you're not just talking about we generalizing. You talk about a whole bunch of people gonna get put out the pasture for making a decision that they thought was good at the time. Oh, well, maybe he won't do it no more. Maybe she won't do it no more.
Man, but I think we all make decisions everything is good at the time sometimes.
We do, but again, like that's why we got stuff in place sometimes. Where, as far as like I said, we just can't take a chance on certain things, like asthma. If you had asthma at age 6, there's still a possibility you could join the military. Like it don't write you out. You gotta provide proof and stuff like that. Even with like self-mutilation is just a no-no period. But
okay, cool.
If you can have a similar scenario where depression. All right, well, we need to see you going on the mailboard. We need to see who counseled you, what kind of counseling you went through. Like all this stuff goes to a package to make a final determination by medical doctors. All right, is that person far past the depression? So it's still an opportunity you can, but
so some stuff is generalized, some stuff isn't.
I guess.
I mean, that's what we have to say because
that's the easiest way to put it.
Because we're saying, okay, self-mutilation. You cutting yourself. If you're a cutter, I can't say mutilation right now. I just said it, but if you're a cutter, 9 times out of 10, you ain't getting in.
Some stuff is held higher. I guess the fact that depression, you thought about doing it, but you actually didn't go through it.
Do the act.
Yeah. So
or if you can go to counseling and they say this is what was depressing you. My mom and dad was getting a divorce. I felt this kind of way about it. Boom, 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 boom. As soon as I got to such and such a stage in my life, I was good. Okay, you went through it. You came out the other end of it. You all right.
I think like self-mutilation, like that, you hurt yourself. Like you ain't give a shit about hurting yourself. So imagine if somebody else pissed you off. Like I don't know how far you could go on that scale before you actually like kill somebody. Yeah. Like you ain't care about harming yourself.
It's like females that smoke Black and Miles. They don't give a shit about themselves.
Oh God! Especially if females that walk barefoot in the club, you especially don't give.
How we keep getting back to this barefoot in the club? Like,
yo, that's like
we back on that.
Pep. Oh my God!
I throw the whole person away. You don't care about yourself.
You know what I'm gonna start doing?
Don't get in my car with your dirty feet.
if I'm out and about and I see a girl goddamn walking barefoot, I'm gonna drop a little thing of Henny right in front of me. So she walk past, I'm like, I know your feet wet. I know your goddamn feet wet. Damn, but yeah, that sucks overall as far as getting help on base versus trying to get help off base. I mean, you gotta find your loopholes.
I mean, I thought about this the other day. In this new society where everybody is so sensitive and everything is so easily accessed, you can find out anything about anybody at almost any given time. It's almost impossible to live your life in private. So if you're thinking about doing something later on in life, if you're a young person right now, you better remember that 9 times out of 10, the shit you're doing now is getting recorded some kind of way. So 10 years from now or 20 years from now, if you decide you want to be senator or congressman or whatever the fuck, or wherever town you from, you better think about everything you do from the time you're about 13 or 14 years old up until you're an adult, because it can come back to bite you in your ass later on. So it's just something to think about for these young kids that like to record everything. Themselves committing crimes, themselves doing stupid shit. It's mind-boggling how dumb these people are.
Shit, people recording themselves killing other people.
Yeah.
I'm
like you ain't gonna go to jail.
Yeah, this is crazy. Military medical system doesn't provide parents disclaimers detailing how behavioral health visits could affect their child's future military service.
They can't do that.
You know what's crazy about it?
If I'm as a parent, why can't
I'm gonna tell you as a doctor? Oh yeah, by the way, if you bring your kid in here for counseling, this might affect them wanting to join the military later on. No, if the kid need help, the kid need help. I'm not gonna give a shit about what he want to do later.
Shit, let me know something.
Like. I dealt with one. It was crazy because he joined the Army and he got out on medical for being a cutter.
What happened?
I interviewed this kid. Did not know he did this. Went to the house.
That disclaimer
went to the house. No, he didn't join me. Went to his house, talked to him. It came up in conversation from his mom. I mean, like his sister, his brother, his dad, his mom, like his aunt or uncle. They were all in the house.
And you was there.
And I asked this kid before. He told me no, like he'd never done this. And we all sitting in the house, we talking. Cause the kid was like, he was good to go. Like other than finding this out later, he was good to go. Sitting in the house with him. I mean, I've been sitting there like 30, 40 minutes just talking to him. Family having a good time, like just talking. Kids like they trying to figure out when he can go to boot camp. Everybody's so proud of that. then I don't even know how I came up with the conversation, but the mom kind of mentioned like I'm so happy he's past that phase. What phase? Like, what are you talking about? Oh, he used to like mess his arms up. Like with what? Like what are you talking about?
Heroin? Cutting? Yeah. Like what are you talking about?
Now, and then once he said it, it kind of popped in my head. We in South Florida. I've never seen this kid wear a short sleeve shirt. He wear long sleeve shirt and hoodies, no matter what the weather is.
Oh, it's too damn hot.
So I was like, what do you do to his arm? Like, he don't wear like short sleeve shirts. So he walks out, casual conversation, like nothing wrong. Oh yeah, I used to cut myself. Out of the kitchen, he just walks out and throws that into the conversation. So it's like, oh yeah, buddy, I can't do nothing with you. Month or two passed by. They already graduated. Kids come back to the office. He's sitting there talking. I'm like, hey, what's up? Shooting shit. He's like, yeah, I'm about to join the army. I go down to MEPS on like Tuesday. How? Like, how you going to MEPS? Yeah, the army taking me to MEPS. Like, I'm taking my physical on Tuesday. Okay, no problem. Kid leave. I'll walk down to the army office. Now, yo, can I speak to the recruiter that's dealing with so-and-so?
Are you trying to snatch?
No, think about it. I don't want nobody to jeopardize his career off somebody, because I know he didn't tell him.
Yeah.
So when I tell them this, like, the Marines and the Army already had a rocky relationship. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try to be nice here and save you some embarrassment from going down to MEPS. Go to MEPS. I mean, go down there, talk to him. They're like, oh, man, we didn't know he never said nothing. Couple months later, this motherfucker's at MEPS. I mean, he's at Army boot camp.
You think they? No, man. Fuck it.
They sent him.
He 4 years. He already out.
What was this? They feeling like, oh well, shit. We lost him to the Army, so he gonna come down here and try to stop him from going to Army boot camp. So he gonna tell us this shit. What the Army did was he ain't never told us, so we don't know.
Yeah,
we gonna play the fool, and we're not gonna ask the question because he already too far in the process.
Now, on my way out from recruiting, I think I was already in Albany. One of my recruiters who left, like, hey, you remember so-and-so? I didn't remember the kid's name. And she had to keep bringing it up. And I was like, I still don't know what that is. The Army kid, remember the one who's to cut himself? Discharged from the Army. He claimed that as a what's name. Like, I'm depressed. I'm going to start cutting myself again. I know it raised questions. Like, I ain't know nothing else about it, but I know he got out for cutting himself. So I know that had to go back down the line. Like, what you mean again? Like,
yeah,
this should have been your first incident of cutting yourself.
Oh, this should have been your first time cutting.
Hey, now it's a free paycheck though.
Yeah,
got out for medical.
Oh shit. So he was in like medical.
He got discharged. Yeah, he got medically discharged.
Damn.
Depression. He's self-mutilation. He got discharged.
Oh no, I'm too scary for that. Like, you got, to me personally, like, yo, you gotta be brave to commit suicide. That's just my personal opinion. You gotta be brave to hurt your damn self.
Exactly.
Like,
So
yeah, but I mean, that'd be a whole nother
it should be crazy
topic for later on. But yeah, suicide isn't the answer. I believe in seeking help in all ways possible. Talk it out with somebody that's close to you. Military, you got the chapel, you got your peers, you got enlisted, higher enlisted.
You got a suicide helpline. You got all kinds of help.
Yeah, so man, yeah, talk that stuff out. Suicide isn't the way at all. All it is solving a temporary issue, right? What's the saying?
You're solving a temporary problem with a permanent solution.
There we go. Yeah, I couldn't do that. So yeah, look at AC trying to get his quote.
No, I was actually looking at this is a realtor. My bad.
Is he want to do your quote?
I ain't really a quote. Oh, I gotta find it.
So while we're waiting on that, make sure. Where's our Instagram? So we got Instagram page. Well, make sure you check us out on. We're available on Podbean and iTunes and YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Instagram page at Unpredictable Thoughts, and then our Facebook / Unpredictable Thoughts, and then check out all of our merchandise that we have. It's spreadshirt.com / Unpredictable Thoughts.
No.
Yeah.
So again, ain't really a quote, just life lesson. So sometimes you gotta stop making sure everybody else is good and focus on you. Somebody needs that right now.
Word. Word.
Ooh, that's deep. Anybody want to go deep into that? Y'all good?
No, I'm good. I don't want to go deep into that.
I think it speaks for itself.
That's what she said. But this is another episode of Unpredictable Thoughts Podcast. Your man Troubles.
Your man Jones.
Just me, AC.
Peace.